Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. I just did a live, my first live with Joyce, All Knowing Tarot. I love her. She's wonderful. I just feel such a wonderful connection with her. We just feel like kindred spirits. Really, we do. And there's a reason for that. Whatever you put out in the universe, it just comes right back to you. And she has such wonderful positive energy, and I just love her. I love talking to her, and I hope you guys enjoyed our little live. Of course, we didn't get to a whole lot of questions because we're kind of feeling each other out and, getting information from each other. But y'all had a lot of questions that maybe we didn't answer. I'm sorry we didn't get to all of them. There was one question that really got my attention that we didn't get to answer, and that was about astral travel. Some person asked me about spirits that travel while we're asleep. Does our spirit travel while we're asleep? And they're saying that they go and visit family members, and you know, when they're sound asleep. I'm going to a person's house and visiting. Can you do that? Yes, you can. And I, for one, know that 100%. I completely do astral traveling. And to me, it's like feeling like you're flying. It's so weird. I had this wonderful experience, and I want to tell you all about it. It's so, I mean, I've had lots and lots and lots of um, astral travel that I can remember. You're astral traveling every night, all night. You're, going to visit people that you love. Yes, you are. Even if you don't remember it, you are. And I can remember so many of them so vividly and so wonderfully. I would tell my husband all the time that I was astral traveling. This house that we live in right now, we've lived in this house for like 21 years. Before we moved here, right when we bought this land, my daughter came to my husband and said, Dad, I found this land. It's right outside of San Antonio in the hill country. And there's two tracks side by side. You buy one and I'll buy one. And we can live, side by side. And my husband thought that was a great idea. I was like, I don't know, because it was like kind of a little ways out of San Antonio, and it feels like the country here. Everybody has like 3 acres, so I wasn't completely on board with it. Plus, there was nothing here 21 years ago. Not even a grocery store was here, you guys. Nothing. So what my husband said was, we'll buy this land, we'll take a loan out, and we'll pay it off in 5 years. So that's what we did. We took this loan out and we paid it off before 5 years. Here's my kitty. Y'all had asked for my kitty. She's so sweet. You asked for her during our reading, but she just comes right now. She's so sweet. I love that cat, y'all. I love her. I don't know what happened. I was a total dog mom. I don't know. Anyway, so we bought this land, and my husband, he paid it off much quicker than he thought he would pay it off in 5 years, and he paid it off a lot faster. And one night when I was sleeping, I had this astral travel, and I traveled out here to our land, and it was so weird. It's like flying. I was flying over this area where we wanted to build our house. There was lots of trees, and I remember going through the roads and all and looking over, and I was thinking, where is it? Where is it? And I could see in the distance a sign, and it said HEB. We had no grocery stores here, nothing. There was no HEB here, nothing. But I could see in red lights HEB. I could see that. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, well, I must be in the wrong place. I must have flown in the wrong direction. For some reason, I'm traveling in the wrong place, And I just woke up, I woke up remembering that I just felt like I had traveled to the wrong place, or, I had this dream. That's how astral travel is. It's like a dream, because you're traveling at night when you're asleep, when your unconsciousness is at a level that can allow this to happen. And it's so funny. So we took a drive right after that. We took a drive out to our house, and it was a little ways away from San Antonio where we live. It's in Bulverde. So we took a drive out here, and we drove all around, and we found that sign that I saw. We found it, and what happened was HEB had got this spot and decided to make a grocery store there, but they hadn't made the store. It said coming soon, coming soon. And they had a sign, HEB coming soon. And I had already seen that in my, astral travel. So it was very exciting. At that point, I knew completely this was real, 100%. That's when I started talking to my husband, telling him I was traveling and I was doing things. And I kept having experiences, and I kept telling my husband about them. And he would just, think it's a dream, and he would take it with, a grain of salt, basically. Well, one morning, I remember distinctly waking up, and then, or I thought I was awake. I could see my husband. He was awake. He was laying beside me, and he was awake. And y'all can't see it, but I have a door leading to the outside in my bedroom. It's a door to the patio. So I have a door that will go outside. And me and my husband, there's a bureau here, but it used to be, our bed used to be facing the door. The door's that away. So our bed was here, and we were asleep. And this was many, many years ago, probably 18 years ago, something like that, long time ago. And I felt it when I left my body. When my spirit left my body, I felt it. I was like so conscious of it. I breathed like this. I can remember like that. I took this weird breath, and that was me popping out of my body. When I did that, I looked back at me and my husband laying in the bed, and I said, and he looked at me. When I breathed really weird, he turned and looked at me. He was watching TV or something, and he turned and looked at me and noticed the weird intake of breath or outtake of breath that I had. He noticed this weird breathing pattern that I had. I felt it tremble. My whole body trembled, and I left my body. And I said to myself, when I wake up, I'm going to tell him, you saw me leave my body. I remember that distinctly. So I went, and I remember I went through this door that we have. I went up through this door that we had, and I went to my daughter's place of work. She worked in a mall, and I went to the mall, and it was a Sunday morning. And I remember I astral projected myself to this mall, and I came down from the roof of the mall, and I was standing right in front of my daughter's store that she had in the mall. And I remember this man, he had a cup of coffee that he had gotten like catty corner to me, and he just kind of walked through me. And I remember thinking, well, you're so rude. That he just kind of walked through me, but I didn't realize he couldn't see me because I wasn't really understanding completely that I was astral traveling. I felt like I was me, and he just walked through me. And when I was looking at my daughter's store, everything was dark. The bars were down, all the railings were down. Her store was completely locked down, and the lights were off. And I'm like, why is the store all dark? Why am I looking at a dark store? But right adjacent to her was this little kind of cafe, restaurant kind of thing at the mall, and they were serving coffee. They were there early. Well, it was Sunday morning, and beknownst to me, they don't open up till 12 o'clock. So when I came back to my body and woke up and everything, I realized, oh, I was there at my daughter's store. Nobody was there yet because guess what? They don't open till 12 o'clock. But they served coffee next door in the cafe before that time. They were earlier than her. And it was just, it was amazing. And I asked my husband, I said, did you see me when I breathed really funny? When I woke up, I told him as soon as I woke up, did you hear me breathe like this? Because I remember just having this breath, this weird breath. And he said, yeah, I looked at you and I saw you do that. And I said, I was leaving my body. That was my spirit leaving my body. So you guys, the person that asked about can spirits travel while we sleep? Yes, they can, 100%. And yes, you can convene with family members, even people from the other side. You can go visit the other side. You can have, all kinds of reunions and be with your family and all. So I just want to let you guys know that. It's so interesting that I got to that. Another thing, why is Marjorie Green so popular? Okay. And I did do a reading on that. And what I got, this is so weird. She is somehow in direct contact with Trump. So I don't know if she's corresponding with Trump herself, or that if she is just being spoon fed what Trump is saying. Because I see spoon fed, She's a Republican martyr. That's what I'm getting. She really is. And the squeaky wheel gets the most grease. So just know that. So she's been in the public eye and she's been talking and we've been hearing about her. So she's getting the most recognition, the most grease. Also, we have to take into consideration, this is what Spirit is showing me, that because of the pandemic, people are really bored. They're bored. And, this is giving them a little bit of fun to watch this spectacle. It gives them something to grab onto, to leech onto. They're kind of getting a thrill out of it. You know what I mean? There are some people that they really want to believe in Trump. They may have some doubts and things, but they just, they're bored and they want to just, grab onto something that's exciting, get a thrill out of it. They're getting a thrill out of her behavior. People don't want to believe that COVID is real and that we really need to work together to get through this all. They don't want to believe that, but it is the truth. It's like, I don't know if you guys are following Twitter or not, but when Trump went off Twitter, it's kind of like it wasn't so exciting anymore. It's like we would get on Twitter and see what dumbass things that he was saying. It was kind of exciting. Even if you were for or against him, it was still bringing that exciting energy to our lives because we're bored, basically. Okay. And we're feeding off excitement, even if it's negative, it's still, we're still feeding off from it, all of us. Basically, that's what I'm getting. And the thing about being attracted to that, to being attracted to Marjorie Green or, the GOP or Trump or whatever, and people will be attracted to that till it impacts them directly, when it impacts them directly, or, they have a family member that's impacted, it's kind of like they just go with it and stay with it until they have direct impact. That's what I'm getting from Spirit. Okay. So Trump's second impeachment trial started today. Each side is arguing if the trial should even take place. Did y'all watch that? I did see the very beginning of that before I went live with Joyce. And they had a really good video about it. And I'm thinking, man, they showed so much in that video. It's like they laid out their whole case right then and there. I was astounded by that, that, wow, that was the whole 9 yards. What else are they going to show? But what I'm getting from Spirit is no matter what is shown to the Republicans, they're like, I hate to say it like this, but this is what I'm being shown. They're like obedient dogs, and also dogs that are defending their food. Like I see a dog defending their food. You know what I mean? You ever seen a food aggressive dog? You can't get near their dog bowl, another dog or person, they're like, oh, that's what I'm getting. If there's no like reason for it, it's just like, this is mine. It's mine. This is mine. I say, this is mine. Don't come near it. So, what I'm getting from Spirit is, I'm asking, what about the Christian values? What about these people that they purport to be such Christians? And there's a lot of, preachers and churches that are with Trump and everything. And what I'm seeing is that Christianity has gone sideways, or the church has gone sideways. I don't know. Their views are skewed or sideways, you know? Oh, okay. So this is what Spirit is telling me. So I'm asking them, okay, so how do we fix this? How is this fixed? And they're saying it's going to be painstakingly picking out. You got to pick them all out, get rid of them, pick them out. And it's not going to be, this is really what they're showing me. This is kind of gross, and y'all understand it. It's like, you ever had a child that had lice in their hair, and you have to comb out the nits and all the eggs. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just trying to say it as I see it. So it's painstaking. It's like it takes time, and you have to be very careful, very patient, and you have to remove those nits and those eggs. You got to remove them, and it's going to take time. That's what I'm seeing. That's what Spirit's showing me. So you guys, it's not something easy and simple. It's painstaking, but we will be able to get rid of them by picking them out and removing them, by pointing a finger at them, and we got to remove them. They have to be removed. They're not going to do us any good. Okay. I want y'all to know that, because there was a few questions that we didn't get to. I'm looking at some of the questions that we had here. And we had a question about, will Biden reject Iran's offer to restart the nuclear agreement? So let me take a look at that. Will Biden reject Iran's offer to restart the nuclear agreement? Let's see what we can say. Honestly, truthfully, let's take a look at that. So, Iran wants to restart the nuclear agreement, evidently. They want to be in compliance, and I don't know if they are. But will Biden restart the nuclear agreement? Is he going to do that? Is Biden going to restart the nuclear agreement with Iran? Let's take a look at that. Okay. It was so much fun with Joyce. I really, really, really like her. I feel very connected to her, and I really like her. I am so grateful that the universe, puts into my path such wonderful people. honestly, you guys, I've watched a few readers, and she really wasn't on my radar. I hadn't really seen her. So I'm so grateful that I could finally meet her and see her and be a part of her YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. She's a good lady. Okay, so let's take a look at what I got here. So the first thing is the bottom of the deck is Two of Swords. We're at a crossroads with Iran. We really need to make a decision about how we're going to handle them. That's where the United States is right now. They're making a decision about that. They're not really sure what Iran's intentions are, so that's why we see the blindfold. So there's because of the Trump's administration and all that they've been through, they feel like we didn't honor the agreement. So, we have to really understand where Iran is first before we really go ahead with that. So I feel like Biden is going to make an offer to Iran. Okay. So he's going to make some sort of offer or proposal to Iran to, jumpstart this nuclear agreement. But I really feel like, I may be getting ahead of myself here with the reading, but I feel like Iran is really going to have to let them know that, they're in compliance, right? Before they're able to agree on anything. And that this is the Empress card, and that is creativity. So I feel like what's going to happen here is there's going to be, instead of a restart of the nuclear agreement, they're going to have like a different proposal. You know what I mean? Like instead of going back to what they started from, they'll have a new agreement. And this is about creating a new agreement. Okay, so that's a proposal of starting a new agreement. But Iran is, they're heartbroken over the way that Trump treated them and the way that this agreement was broken in the first place. So they have to overcome this. That's what, the United States and that's what the Biden administration has to overcome is this heartbreak that, Trump stabbed them in the back, and didn't, live up to their end of the bargain. That's what I feel. But the good news here is that this is Three of Cups. So I feel like, they're so happy that Biden's in there. They're so happy that Trump is gone. And this is a celebration card. So I feel like there's a really good positive energy with them willing to work with Biden. They're very happy about the changing of the guard, I guess, changing of the presidency. And this is Five of Pentacles. This is in the past position. Uh, Trump really dealt them one blow after the other. And it's very sad, but that's how this administration was treating Iran. And, the weird thing about it is there's a lot of Iranian people that are very pro-Trump that are in this country. They look at it from a different perspective. I'm in this country, I'm in the United States, I'm not living in Iran, so I can't feel how, what effect that Trump's policies are having on the people. And it's really been very devastating. And they've gone from one blow and one difficulty after the other because of, all the sanctions that are put on Iran and them trying to um, what can I say? Arm wrestle other countries into doing the same. That's what I'm getting. That's the picture that I'm getting. Sometimes I have a hard time putting it into words, but there's a lot of difficulties that Iran has had to go through and overcome because of the Trump administration. And Knight of Pentacles. So this is, to me, this is a very good omen that Biden is on the right path to, getting back together. I'm not say it's 100%. It's not like They're not restarting the nuclear agreement right away, but they're on that path. There's a little bit of a pause here, so I think they may be asking them to do certain things, but they're on the right path to, having this agreement again. But there's a hesitation there. Okay, so that's the way I see it. It looks good though. It looks very, very good. Okay, so like I said, that's some of the questions that weren't answered between me and Joyce that I saw. What else? Oh, what happened to the 20 million vials of vaccine? What happened to the 20 million vials of vaccine? Let's see. What happened to them? Let's take a look at that. So there's supposedly 20 million vials of vaccine were missing. Let's see if we can see what happened to them. Honestly, truthfully, Spirit, what happened to these 20 millions of vaccines? Okay. Me and Joyce were just kind of getting to know each other, so we might have spent a little more time talking to get to know each other. But it was so much fun. I loved it. Okay. Okay. So the 20 million vials of vaccine. What happened to them? The first thing is I get the devil card, and this is about, I feel like this is an abuse of power. Anytime I see the devil, it reminds me of people behaving badly. So this is something that somebody did with an abuse of power. That's what I'm getting. First of all, crossing over that is the 6 of Cups. Basically, the first thing that they wanted to do, they wanted to put aside some vaccine for family members and close friends. That was the number one premise of this. You know what I mean? From the Trump administration. I want to make sure that I have my family members, the people that I love, the people that I care about, my friends. I want to protect them. And I want them to be able to protect their friends and family members. So you see how it grows. You know what I mean? So it can really grow to be quite big. And I think this is all part of the Trump administration protecting themselves. The moon card, illusion, delusion. So this is about thinking that they can get away with that, thinking that somebody would not miss those vaccines. How can that be possible? They're just deluding themselves, thinking that, that this wouldn't be missed. They thought they could get by with it, basically, and it's not, they're not going to. The next thing is the angel of mercy is upon them. So we may not hear a whole lot about this because, this is, even though it was done in the wrong way, people were doing it because of the love that they had for brotherhood or for their family. You know what I mean? I feel like this, not only was it wrong, but it was done with love. You know what I mean? Let's put this aside for the people that we really care about and we want to take care of. So I don't feel like it was real nefarious. It wasn't something like, I'm going to go sell this vaccine to another country and make money out of it. I don't feel like it's that. You know what I mean? It's more like, let's take care of our family. That's what I'm getting here. So it was just put aside so that the administration can take care of family and friends. That's what I'm getting. Okay. So it may be a little bit much, a little bit more than they needed, and I'm sure it is. But I feel like it would be distributed strategically to people that are in need. Put it that way. So it was just kind of put aside for family, friends, and the needy as they see fit. That's what they were doing. So just in case, maybe, it could be that they thought, because we don't know how long the vaccine will last, we don't know if it'll protect us for 1 year or 2 years or what. So it might be that I get my next shot in Friday. So y'all know I've already been vaccinated, and my next vaccine is Friday. So how long is that going to protect me? We don't know. So maybe it's for a year down the road, and maybe I need another vaccine. So this could be in stored for protection for the future. That's kind of like what I'm getting is it's for family and friends. It's for somebody that they cared about that was close to them. I don't feel like it's about making money. It's more like we have to take care of ourselves. So there's a lot of people in government with extended family and friends. You can't tell a senator or, even, somebody in the house or something, here, I'm going to give you a vaccine, but I'm not going to vaccinate your family. They're not going to be happy about that, So I feel like this was a huge amount because it will extend to their family and friends. It will encompass a lot of people, and that's how they keep everybody happy. Okay, so that's what I'm getting here. All right, guys, I've talked a lot. It's gone over 32 minutes now, so I'm going to end it right here. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of the live with me and Joyce. I really had a great time with her. She's a wonderful lady. I love her so much. I mean, I just feel so connected to her already. And I know that we're going to have some future collaborations. So look forward to them, guys. And she's kind of opened a door for me. And I told her she's my first and she will always be my first live. And I really appreciate her. Thank you guys for tuning in. Love y'all so much. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful day. And oh, all you guys that are in that cold weather, I hate to tell y'all this, but it's real warm here. It's in the 70s here. I know y'all are freezing your behinds off in the northern states. I can see it all. I clicked on the weather before I started this. It is cold, and I am so sorry you're freezing your heinies off. But here we have our mountain laurel is blooming, and it smells like sweet tarts. Every time I go outside, I can smell sweet tarts. It's beautiful. Hopefully, I know we're going to get that freezing cold weather here too, and it's going to freeze everything. Our pomegranate trees are already blooming too, and it's going to stifle them. But I'd rather it happen now and before they start blooming, But pomegranate trees bloom all summer long, so it won't really hurt them any. They'll be okay. But you guys stay warm, and hopefully y'all will enjoy this session here. Thumbs up if you like it. Okay, so it'll go out into the YouTube world. And if you'd like to be a subscriber, hit subscribe, you guys. Love you so much. Y'all take care. Bye for now. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Take care.